Okay, my name is Raymond. I'm with A1 Total Service Plumbing. We're out in North Hollywood today to do a 2-inch CIPP inversion liner. The 2-inch on this one is really deteriorated, almost to the point where I would not feel comfortable doing the liner. It's just right there where we can actually still do it. So today our product is going to be the Permaliner 2-inch Flex inversion liner. Where we have it installed here. Everybody knows I'm not a big fan of tube shooting. I would definitely prefer to have our mini shooter out here that Permaliner makes, but it is on another project, and I wanted to come out here and put my hands on this for this customer. So today we're just going to tube shoot it. It's 17 feet straight run. The biggest thing with doing 2-inch is always inverting the cal tube after the liner's in. I can get the liner to invert 99% of the time, but getting the cal tube to invert sometimes is an issue. So what I came up with my crew for getting the cal tube in is we use a mini push rod, and this works for 17 feet, 20 feet, 80 feet of 2-inch every time. So we make the knot as small as possible. We wrap it in duct tape here. We shove the push rod up inside there, and we use the push rod to push our cal tube all the way up in. Now, when you air up the cal tube, this push rod will be on the outside in between the cal tube and the liner. Doesn't create a problem, doesn't make issues, but the push rod will stay inside there until you're done. Now, one thing you do need to do is oil this up really well, because you're not pulling it back out with a pull tape where it self-inverts itself. So you want it really slimy and really slick so that it'll pull out really easily. We all know that once the liner cures, it'll take some ruggedness, and it's not going to hurt it to give it a little bit of a yank. So on this other end here, what we're going to do is I use the Permaliner push rod for a vertical stack system. So we will insert this into the cal tube, starting here. We'll open the calibration tube up. We'll slide this tube down the inside here like this. Push it down. This will be on our end. We will duct tape and hose clamp or band clamp this on. Okay. This much will about 6 inches will hang out of the pipe. That way we know that it inverts properly. Once we band clamp that on, we'll put a pressure regulator on here and add air to it. This we only inflate to about 6.5 to 7 psi max. We don't want to go to the full 10 like you would a larger liner, because the end is held on with one hose clamp and some duct tape. So you don't want to put that much pressure on it to where it creates strain and could possibly blow off. A lot of times we even do this with just duct tape, and that duct tape will hold that 5 pounds. It'll leak a little bit, but it'll get you through the job and get it done. Okay, so we're out here in North Hollywood today. We did video 1, but I wanted to backtrack just a little bit and show you the access area. So we are actually in the neighbor's driveway, and our access is from the neighbor's driveway to the side of the customer's house. This is a slab home, obviously. If you come on over here, you can see our access to the pipe. You can see the bottom of the pipe is missing. You can see the sewer repair we've already done. If this was a raised foundation home, we would definitely go underneath there, dig the pipe out, and get it done. This pipe goes into a concrete footing wall. So what we're going to do is we are going to invert the liner into this 2-inch ABS. We're going to put a fern coat on the end of it, tie it into the cast iron, then we're going to invert into the cast iron. We will use this ABS to tie onto so that we can tie this back into the sewer. So we have something to tie onto. This will create a bond between the ABS and the cast iron pipe. As you can see on the inside of this ABS, we sanded it up a little bit to create better adhesion between the liner and the ABS pipe, okay? We will then tie this on, like I said, into the sewer. We will take the ABS and put a high setting mortar around the ABS to hold it and lock it into place better, so we don't have a chance of breaking off during the backfill. We'll backfill under the pipe, backfill around the pipe, do a shade, make sure everything's sturdy after we tie in before we backfill on top. That way this pipe is solid and it'll last the next 50 years. This is Raymond with A1 Total Service Plumbing again. I am out here at the North Hollywood job. we got our 2-inch in. As you can see, our pressure regulator is regulating at about 8 pounds. See right there. And everything that I showed you on the last video is put together properly. We inserted it and we pushed in. 17 feet was the liner, 21 feet was our cal tube, to make sure that we held back any possible water or anything that was being used. And because we used oil, we wanted to make sure that the oil couldn't collect at the cal tube to liner area, so that we can seal it all out. So that is completed. So this area here where you see the no-hub band, my guys will make sure that that gets mortared completely in for stability reasons, due to the pipe being completely rotted out. And then we will cut it off about 3 inches of that ABS so that we can get our intro tube out, or our, what everybody likes to call a pre-liner. We are in there about 3.5 to 4 inches as an intro tube. You can see the arrow that we have on there. That's our line, that's our start line. So my technician that was the hole man got that in there exactly where he needed to be, and everything else went in very smoothly. So that is a 2-inch liner installed underneath the slab home.